Okay, let's dive right into what might be the biggest Russo family mystery we've seen in, well, over a decade.
So, the new series Wizards Beyond Waverly Place just dropped a bombshell on us. A new character named Billie. She's a young, super powerful wizard. But here's the thing, nobody knows where she came from. Her origins are a complete mystery.
So, on the surface, the story is pretty simple. Billy is this rebellious teen wizard, the type kicked out of every school she's ever been to. And Alex Russo, seeing a bit of herself in Billy, brings her to Justin to get some guidance. But you just get the feeling there's way more to it than that. So let's get into the mystery of this new wizard. Because what if that official story isn't the whole story? What if there's a huge secret hiding right there in plain sight? You hear this from Billy, right? I don't need a new teacher. She feels totally alone, like everyone has always given up on her. But Alex is different. She refuses to back down, and that level of commitment, it's got a lot of people asking, what's the real connection here? Okay, so the show kind of frames it as a pseudo-adoption into Justin's family, but they leave so many questions unanswered. And you know what happens when you leave gaps in a story? The fans start digging. And what they found has led to a theory so big, it could literally rewrite everything we know about this world. All right, let's unravel the clues. What are the fans seeing that maybe the rest of us missed? Let's get into it, because these clues all point to something massive. The very first clue, and it's a big one, is the timeline. You look at the gap between the Alex versus Alex movie in 2013 and the start of the new show in 2025, well, it lines up with almost spooky precision. And here's why that timeline matters. In 2025, Billy is somewhere between 12 and 13 years old. That is not just some random number they pulled out of a hat. No way. This is a critical piece of the puzzle. You do the math, and it is airtight. A child conceived in 2013 would be exactly 12 years old in 2025. I mean, come on. That timing is just way too perfect to be a coincidence. So it begs the question, what was going on back in 2013? Well, what was happening was the Alex versus Alex movie. And it's basically a perfect storm for something magical to happen. Think about it. Alex is in Italy with her best friend Harper. She's just defeated her evil self, proving she's capable of unconditional love, and her powers are at their absolute peak. It's the perfect recipe. And get this isn't just some fan fantasy. A former executive producer, Peter Morietta, actually confirmed that the writers wanted Alex to have a romantic relationship with a woman, so there's a real solid behind-the-scenes basis for all this. Okay, so let's put it all together. You've got the timeline, Alex at her emotional and magical peak, plus the writer's original intent. You connect those dots, and it leads to the Alex and Harper theory. The theory basically goes like this. A massive, maybe even accidental, burst of magic from Alex in Italy led to the conception of a child with her mortal best friend Harper Finkel. It's this idea of a magical conception. Within the world of the show, this could totally explain how two women have a biological daughter. Alex's power, fueled by her love for Harper, literally creating life. That's something the wizarding world has probably never seen before. And if this is true, it explains so much. It would explain why Billy is so incredibly powerful and why she seems to have this target on her back. Her very existence would be a magical anomaly. I mean, a kid born from a full wizard and a mortal through pure magic, yeah, you'd better believe she'd be a person of interest. And a huge target for anyone who wants that kind of power. But, if this theory is true, it solves one mystery only to create a much bigger and honestly more heartbreaking one. This secret is dangerous. Which brings us to the obvious question. Why on earth would Alex hide her own daughter? And the only answer that makes sense is a painful one. It all comes down to one thing: protection. Look, Alex knows better than anyone what it's like to live with that kind of pressure. Hiding the truth might be her only way of protecting Billy, protecting her from the burden of being a Legends kid, protecting her from people who'd want to exploit her power, and maybe even protecting her from a wizarding world that just wouldn't understand how she was born. It's about giving Billy a chance to just be herself. Okay, but what about Harper? If this is all true, why would she stay away? And this might be the most heartbreaking part of the entire theory. Her staying away wouldn't be abandonment. It would be an act of incredible, selfless love. As a mortal, she'd be constantly in danger. And she might realize she just can't give Billie the magical upbringing she needs. So maybe she made a pact with Alex. Let Justin, a powerful and responsible wizard, raise Billie in safety. It's a painful choice, but it's all for Billie. And this all just brings us right back to Harper, because when you really think about it, she isn't just a possible co-parent, she's the perfect one. She's the only one who really makes sense.
I mean, Harper's entire character is literally built on everything a kid like Billie would need. She's the living embodiment of that unconditional love that fuels Alex's magic. She's fiercely loyal, and she provides that mortal grounding that can help balance out all of Billie's chaotic magical energy. It's a perfect match.
And you can see it in Billie herself. Her personality is this perfect mix of both of them. You've got Alex's rebellious magic and that sarcastic wit, for sure. But then you also see hints of Harper's creative, quirky side, and even some of that endearing awkwardness. She's like a walking, talking blend of both of them.
So could a fan theory really rewrite the entire Russo family tree? When you get down to it, this theory is about so much more than just solving a mystery. It's about reinterpreting everything we've seen to tell this incredible story of love, sacrifice, and a secret that could change it all. The big question left is, will the show have the guts to make it true?